So I'm going to talk about my GuyLine kit. So it's pretty much these two things here. So first, I keep 6 tent stakes with me. They're just cheap aluminum ones. I have fashioned better loops onto them with whipping and high-vis reflectable loop there. Got them contained on a carabiner. I keep a couple of these hardcore strong paper clips for lots of purposes. And then I have my GuyLines actually on a little secondary loop that I've made. Each of these GuyLines is made from braiding the filament from the paracord, and I have mark indicators on the ends of them to tell me which ones are the same lengths. And some of these are pretty long, like 15 feet. Some of them are like 6 feet. Then I got them Ranger looped in. Pretty handy. This goes with my tarp because it's got the right setup for that. And then this is also with my tarp, but this is in the bottom of the pocket, so it's not, it's just, you know, I got to take my tarp out to get to this. For that, I can get to that or my tarp at the same time, depending on which I'm going to use. But what this is a whole bunch of different lengths and thicknesses of some paracord. Also, some magnets. I got these are the kind of magnet that comes to hold your cell phone to your vent, in your AC vent. So they're soft, pretty strong, and they're not going to abrade my tarp too much. So in here, I have my most commonly used ridgeline with a permanent loop and the couple of prussics on there. Corporal's Corner will give you that idea. He's got a good one on that. This is what I used to use for GuyLines until I kept losing them all. I like it a lot, but I just don't like losing them all. I got some pieces for prussics. That thickness is smaller than the paracord, much bigger than the filament, bigger than the old GuyLine I used to use. So this could be big enough and strong enough for a ridgeline. Also, if you see this one, I have a double loop on the end of that one, just for depending on how I use it. Sometimes I put a stick through it that way to hold to a corner of a tarp or something. This piece is another, it's pretty thin. It's thinnest one I think I have in there. I use that one if I need to fetch something out of water, because this doesn't do too bad when it's wet. Got some paracord without filament. I got some high-vis reflective GuyLine, and I have some little pieces for prussics if I'm going to need those. Some more of that medium heavy-duty stuff. Some more paracord without filament. Another ridgeline. This one's a pretty long one, and I also got a couple of prussics on there, and also a loop on the end. I got 3 prussics on here. Let me show you how I got these, so I don't know if you'll be able to tell for sure. So this one, this prussic there, see, I put it together with the whipping, but I used the filament. I used the filament from paracord to do that one. I like it, but it's a little bit thicker than I wanted. This one, I just put a knot in it. That one's okay. It's nothing wrong with it. This one, I don't know if you can see that. I did the whipping with thread. That's a high tensile UV resistant thread. This is the best one. This is so good. I got an extra long length. It's uncut. I can cut this for whatever I want, but it's super long. And I have another very, very long length that's uncut. And I have something else in here. Yeah, another medium length. So all of these are used for kind of different things. The different, you know, if I want to be super stealth, I'm going to use the darker stuff. If I don't really care and I don't want to trip over my stuff, I'm going to use the bright stuff. Typically, I use these and nothing else. You know, I set it up with a trekking pole. Recently, I resupplied my old favorite stuff, even though this isn't the same color. I liked it a lot. I finally found it again, so I got some. Just haven't used it yet. And I also got some super high vis. So I'm probably going to replace the other stuff with these. This, I had a whole roll of this in that color, and I lost them all but this one. Because it's really good stuff. It ties really good. I just lose it all the time because of the color. As soon as you drop it, it just vanishes. It comes in super handy for me to already know what lengths I have. They're already cut. They're marked. But having the options is it saves a lot of time instead of having to cut it and weld it or lash it or whip it or something. You know, so that's what I do and that's what I recommend. So that's my kit.